Welcome back, everybody, to the deep dive. And today we are diving into something really incredible.
It's
Yeah, it's called MindMeld. Have you heard of this?
I have, it's fascinating.
Yeah, it's this AI companion, but it's not like just setting timers and like playing music. It's like way more than that.
Right.
Like it's about like
Mhm.
AI that understands and like nurtures your emotional well-being.
Yeah.
I was blown away when I saw your notes on this.
Yeah, it's really pushing the boundaries of what we thought AI could do. I mean, this is not just processing information, it's connecting with us, like on a human level.
So how does it work? I read about something called sentiment analysis. Is that the magic sauce?
Yeah, sentiment analysis is definitely key. So MindMeld uses sentiment analysis, and it also uses natural language processing. And these things allow it to understand not just what you're saying, but the emotions behind the words. You know,
Oh, no.
like think about it this way. If you tell MindMeld, I had a fantastic day, but you're saying it kind of flat, and with a sigh, it's going to pick up on that like mismatch between what you're saying and how you're saying it.
So like it can read between the lines.
Exactly. And that's where it gets interesting because it doesn't just analyze your emotions, it responds to them in a way that is designed to be supportive.
Yeah, there's this example in the research where somebody's coming home from a stressful day, and instead of just like, launching into tasks,
Right.
MindMeld like recognizes their fatigue and suggests a calming activity. It's
Yes.
like almost like a friend who just gets what you need.
It is like that. And that responsiveness is, I think, a real game changer, especially when we think about mental well-being.
Cool.
And the thing is, MindMeld isn't meant to replace a therapist or anything like that, but it's more like a supportive companion that's available 24/7. And
Wow.
some of the research even mentioned that it can guide you through like CBT techniques.
Oh, really?
Yeah, cognitive behavioral therapy techniques, so it can help you like challenge those negative thought patterns that we all get sometimes.
That's incredible. So it's
Yeah.
like not just a listening ear, it's actually equipping you with tools to manage your mental health.
Exactly. And it even goes a step further with this really innovative feature called an emotional diary.
Mm,
Imagine having a record of your moods like over time so you can see patterns, maybe you identify triggers for certain emotions.
that'd be so valuable.
It would, and not just for personal awareness, but also potentially to share with a therapist.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Give them a much deeper understanding of kind of your emotional landscape.
So it's giving you more insight and control over your own well-being.
Exactly. And the research also mentioned that in a crisis situation, MindMeld is actually designed to recognize the signs and suggest contacting emergency services or mental health professionals.
That level of care from AI is remarkable.
It
It
is.
really makes you realize how much potential there is for technology to play a positive role in mental health support.
Absolutely.
But it's not just about addressing the lows, right?
Right.
It's also integrated into your daily life
Mm.
to boost your overall well-being.
Absolutely. It's like having a gentle nudge in the right direction. Like if you're working on a project and MindMeld senses you're getting stressed, it might suggest taking a break for a mindfulness exercise or, a guided meditation.
It's like a personal wellness coach right in your pocket.
It is.
And I read that it even helps you be more productive, too.
Yeah, it learns your work habits and can suggest the optimal times for different tasks based on your natural rhythms, like say you're most creative in the mornings.
Okay.
It might suggest scheduling your brainstorming sessions, then when your mind is primed for those aha moments.
Interesting.
And they're even saying that it helps creatives overcome blocks by suggesting new ideas based on this huge database of knowledge.
So it's not just a to-do list.
Right.
It's a thought partner.
It is.
It's helping you unlock your potential.
Exactly.
But with all this personalization,
Yeah.
all this data about our emotions and habits, I do wonder about the privacy aspect.
You're right to raise that question. It's something that creators have taken very seriously. They've implemented incredibly strong encryption and anonymization techniques to protect your data.
And users have control over their own data.
Absolutely.
Can they opt out?
Transparency and user control are paramount. You have full control over your data, and you can opt out of certain types of data collection entirely.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
That transparency is so crucial as AI is becoming more and more integrated into our lives. It sounds like they're really trying to build trust and show that AI can be a force for good.
Precisely. It's about empowerment, not control. MindMeld offers suggestions and support, but always respects your autonomy as a user.
I love that.
Yeah.
Empowerment, not control. That's a great way to put it. And it really speaks to the potential for a more human-centered approach to technology. And that brings us to another fascinating aspect of MindMeld. its ability to combat social isolation.
Oh, that's interesting.
Mm.
It's ironic that in this hyper-connected world, so many people feel increasingly isolated. How does MindMeld address that?
Well, for people who live alone or are feeling isolated, MindMeld offers what they call simulated interaction.
It's like having a conversation with a companion even when you're physically alone.
I'm picturing someone who's elderly, maybe feeling a bit lonely, and having MindMeld there to chat with, to share their day with.
Yeah,
It sounds incredibly comforting.
it is, and it goes beyond just casual conversation.
Okay.
MindMeld can actually facilitate virtual activities like watching movies together or joining virtual book clubs, fostering a sense of community, even in the digital space.
So it's creating those opportunities for connection and shared experiences that are so vital for well-being, even if it's happening virtually.
Exactly. But here's the really fascinating part.
Hmm.
MindMeld doesn't just encourage virtual connections.
Oh.
It also nudges you towards real-world interactions.
So it's not about keeping you glued to a screen. It's actually using technology to help you engage more in the world around you.
Precisely, MindMeld can suggest events and meetups happening in your area based on your interests. Whether it's a local art class or a hiking group, it's like it's saying, hey, I'm here for you virtually, but don't forget about all the amazing things happening in the real world.
It's a beautiful blend of technology and human connection.
It is.
It's almost like MindMeld is reminding us that true well-being comes from a balance of both.
Exactly, and it's that understanding of human needs, that empathy woven into its design, that makes MindMeld so unique.
It's inspiring to think that AI can evolve from simple task management to actually helping us live richer, more fulfilling lives that prioritize both our mental and emotional well-being.
It is, and it begs the question, what's next? If AI can already understand and respond to our emotions, where will this technology lead us in the future?
That's a great question to ponder. It feels like we're on the cusp of a whole new era in human-technology interaction, and honestly, I'm excited to see where it takes us.
Me too. It's a journey full of incredible possibilities.
We've covered a lot of ground today.
Yeah.
From emotional intelligence
Yeah.
to personalized support productivity and even combating social isolation.
Uh-huh.
It's clear that MindMeld is so much more than just a typical AI assistant. It's like a companion on this journey of well-being.
I agree. It's a fascinating glimpse into the future of how AI can really enhance our lives in truly meaningful ways.
So as we're wrapping up our deep dive into MindMeld,
Mhm.
I'm curious to know what aspect of this AI companion intrigues you the most.
You know what fascinates me is this idea of technology evolving to understand and respond to our emotions, like AI developing a kind of empathy.
Mhm.
It opens up so many possibilities for how we can use technology to support well-being in a way that feels really, personalized and human-centered.
Yeah, I think for me the most exciting aspect is MindMeld's potential to combat social isolation.
Uh-huh.
In a world where we're so connected online, it often feels so disconnected in real life.
Right.
It offers this wonderful bridge this way to foster genuine human connection using the power of technology.
That's a beautiful point. It's like AI is becoming a catalyst for human connection rather than a barrier.
Well said.
Yeah. As we move forward with AI, it's crucial to remember that ethics, responsibility, and user control are paramount.
Right.
The future of AI is in our hands,
Yeah.
and it's up to us to ensure that it's a future where technology empowers us, connects us, and ultimately helps us thrive.
Absolutely. And on that note, I think it's time to leave our listeners with a final thought-provoking question.
I'm ready.
If technology can understand and respond to our emotions, how might that change our relationship with ourselves and the world around us?
Wow.
It's something to ponder as we continue navigating this exciting new era of AI.
Indeed, it's a question that will likely shape the future of humanity and technology for years to come.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of MindMeld. It's been an incredible journey.
The pleasure was all mine.
And to our listeners, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep imagining the possibilities until next time. It's incredible to think, we often think about like the future of AI.
Right.
People always have these anxieties like, oh, is it going to,
Take over the world?
take over the world? Is it
Yeah.
going to be like Skynet? Is it going to be, all this stuff?
Yeah.
But MindMeld seems like it's turning that on its head a little bit.
It is.
And it's showing that AI can be something that is positive and really beneficial for humanity.
Absolutely. And I think a lot of the anxieties stem from this idea that AI is cold and impersonal, but MindMeld really challenges that narrative. It presents AI as this, partner, a companion that can help us navigate the complexities of life and maybe even become the best versions of ourselves.
I love that. And what's so cool is that it's like accessible to everyone, right?
Yeah, it's designed to be user-friendly and inclusive.
So it's not just for like, tech geniuses or early adopters.
Right.
It's something that could really benefit everyone.
Absolutely.
And I think that's really exciting to think about.
It is.
Well, as always, we like to leave our listeners with a final thought-provoking question. So with that in mind, if technology can understand and respond to our emotions, how might that change our relationship with ourselves and the world around us?
It's such a profound question, and I don't know that there's one easy answer, but it's certainly something we need to be thinking about as we continue to develop and integrate AI into our lives.
Yeah, and maybe that's the takeaway here, that it's not just about the technology itself, but it's about the conversations we have about it,
Yeah.
the ethical considerations we make,
Right.
the choices we make and how we use it.
Exactly, because the future of AI really is in our hands.
That's so well said. And on that note, thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the world of MindMeld.
It's been a pleasure.
It has. And to all of our listeners out there, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep imagining the possibilities. Until next time.